Hey all, and welcome back to Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. We're almost done creating that there Polyjuice potion, just need a couple of bits of, hair from the people we intend to transform into, but, before we get on to, that jazz, I figured we'd have a little shufty around Hogwarts and maybe find some famous witches and wizards cards and whatnot. And my health was a little bit low, so I needed to go hunt some chocolate frogs.
Totally fair.
What the fuck is a shufty?
A look?
Yeah. Bit of British slang there.
Yeah.
I just wasn't sure. I was like, what the? I ain't never heard of one of those.
You realise,
It's like a new Pokemon.
I could just make up anything here and you'd have to believe it, because why would you bother wasting time researching whether I was right or not?
Well, no. I wouldn't have to believe it, but Richie could verify any bullshit you come up with, and then at that point, yes, I'd have, no choice but really just to buy you on any bullshit you two collaborated against me.
But yeah, no, shufty is actually a word. It is in the Collins Dictionary.
Oh, well, there you go.
Although apparently according to Urban Dictionary, it is also slang for a wank.
This feels very much like that one moment where that lady had to define hentai because someone spelled it out on a game show, and it's like, well, it's a word.
Ugh, yes, kill me specifically so I don't have to put up with this shit. Alright, so we're wanking around Hogwarts here looking for new cards and whatnot.
Oh no, that's gonna get you expelled.
I don't know, wizards used to shit on the floor and disappear, so I think worse things have happened in Hogwarts.
This is true.
This is giving me so much Dark Knight, Ocarina of Time vibes, just, giant suit of armor that takes forever to take down.
I was trying to figure out what you were talking about for a second there, because, we were just talking about stuff, and then you said Dark Nut, but I get it now, I understand the context.
Well, I was keeping it in discussion. Staying on topic, Tom. Staying on topic.
Alright, well, since we're just, going around and doing, miscellaneous stuff, I guess we could discuss the latest gaming news and whatnot. Advance Wars Reboot Camp, sadly delayed to spring next year, although I think for some people that will be a blessing in disguise, because Lord knows the back end of this year is stacked. Harry has the plague now, it's fine, don't worry about it.
Yeah, also that rat was half the size of Harry. That is terrifying.
I mean, to be fair, in real life, there are rodents that get pretty fucking big. I know most of us have seen a picture of a capybara, but I don't think any of us have actually, been near one, or feel there's been a subset that have even seen a photo of one near a person. Those big, giant, cuddly rat bear things get huge.
Yeah, Jesus. The Switch room. The room for the Switch.
That's half of Hogwarts' floor plans. The Origin 4 were very, very particular on that. They had many meetings together to figure out if they needed 38 Switch rooms or 37.
I would have gone with 36, honestly, and put the rest of the budget into, improving health and safety protocols around the school, which are sorely needed. I mean, if you can build a Chamber of Secrets in the first place, I think we need to bring something up at the next PTA meeting.
All I can say is defund snake dungeons. We don't need them.
There it is. Oh, I'll get you.
Gaspard Shingleton.
Did you just make up a name, Harry?
Generally, he does, and that pain that he felt as he plummeted to the ground there is exactly what he deserves for coming up with such a stupid name.
Well, I mean, the image on the cards is the same for each one, because I guess they just didn't want to use a different texture.
It was just a Benedict Cumberbatch meme. That's all Harry did there. Haha, clever, you're funny, but...
Ronky Spoikleton.
Spoikleton.
We could spend an entire part just coming up with British names, and again, Mexi would be none the wiser if Richie and I were just slipping a few fake ones in there. Honestly, Benedict Cumberbatch would probably rank in the top 3 of supposedly fake names.
Yes, it would, because that is sort of peak ridiculousness, but also it's just so right.
and yet you look at reality and it's there, it's observable, and you have nothing. All you can do is accept it. I like that. So that's always fun,
and
right?
No one's beaten him yet.
Why don't you go in and duel with him, Harry?
I'll fuck him up.
It's like, why don't you mess him up?
I'm sure you
It's
can
like,
beat him.
wow,
It'd be
Harry,
great to
you're
wipe
an
that
attack
smile
dog.
off his
They're
slimy, slithering
sticking you
face.
on people. That's not the reputation our pro tycoon needs.
Was that the same Ravenclaw who tried to get in good with Oliver Wood earlier? I think I might be thinking of like the same model, but they were wearing different like Hogwarts uniform.
God only knows at this point, but what I do know is that this is obviously one of the more iconic scenes in Chamber of Secrets. It is the duel between Harry and Malfoy, which is where pretty much the rest of Hogwarts finds out that Harry is a parcel tongue, which then leads to everybody obviously assuming that he is the cause of everything that's going on with everybody, you know, getting petrified, murdered.
Fighting children, fighting children.
And what's quite cool is that, so there's a channel that I watch on YouTube who people might have seen, which is the Corridor Crew, Corridor Digital.
Oh yeah.
And they do a lot of CGI stuff. They're probably most well known these days now for doing visual artists react to things, and they've also done stunt performers react to and animators react to. They're really good and really interesting videos. But one of the things that they have done a couple of times is R-rated versions of movie things.
I
and
know
one of the ones
this
that they did was an R-rated version of this particular duel, and it's amazing because they turn Harry into either Harry or Malfoy into like a bouncy ball and do a basket, and it's bloody and ridiculous and hilarious. I would definitely recommend you go watch it because it's great.
Goes to Harry Potter.
It gives me very much fuck them kids vibes. Like, damn, like did you need to R-ratify the magical fighting children fight? Like, damn.
It's true, but I think the logic is that, you know, they are firing dangerous magical spells at each other. It's just taking it to its logical conclusion.
It's true. No, I argue not against it. I argue merely in intrigue. It's just sort of like, my goodness.
Yeah, they've done the same with Home Alone, and also The Avengers, and those are also pretty damn good as well. I mean, generally, they are a channel that I do find very enjoyable, and I would recommend, if you have any interest in the art of movie making and visual effects and stuff, it's fascinating and just really enjoyable.
Oh no.
Hey, that's a banned word. You can't do that. That's breaking the tournament rules, guys. Ban him.
Fucking Lockhart just running off at the first sign of danger. Like, honestly, like, he didn't need to bother with memory charms. People already know he's a coward.
Yeah. Also, can I just say that I didn't realise that the Basilisk was going to be a mid-boss as well as the final boss, because, I mean, I'm pretty sure that in the books and in the films, the snake's not this big.
No, they're embellishing for the sake of a boss fight here. And this boss is actually kind of tricky. I mean, it didn't help that I came in with low health to begin with, but it took me quite a few takes to get this down. Don't forget that you can move in a 3D space here, not just left to right, so you can juke and jive him.
Oh, can you? Okay.
I feel that what Harry really needed at this moment in time is the ability to jump, because that's part of what his issue here is that you're not able to sort of leap over, which in most instances is what you would do in these types of boss fights.
You can't leap over or dodge roll. It's a shame.
No, can't even parry. Can't parry nary a single poison blast.
Does he even Gravija?
No, he doesn't. There are treasure chests floating high above him. He does nary a thing. Hang on a minute. I'm pretty sure, wasn't the dude a Hufflepuff in the book?
What do you think?
Oh, if you're asking me that level of specifics, there is no way I'm going to be able to help on that one.
Does it matter?
Justin, Finch, Fleshly. Let's have a look here.
Oh, he's gonna find out. He's gonna school us.
You're a parcel mouth, Harry.
He was sworn into Hufflepuff House. There we go. He should have had yellow robes.
This Hufflepuff erasure.
I know. It's disgusting.
Hermione informed Harry that being able to talk to snakes was what Salazar
Did Hermione's arm also break? Because like that is her hand is huge.
They're channeling The Sims something first now, which is something GTA Definitive Collection seems also to be doing.
Yes, I saw those models and was just like, I mean, I get why, but really, you're choosing that approach? Okay, go for it. I mean, people will buy it anyway, but great.
I'm just getting the horrid image in my head that if they were able to do like full budget, full everything, that they were hoping to like animate these models and have them like move and talk and shit for this game, but it was like, oh no, we can't do that, so just screenshot them. Use the models, but just take screenshots of them.
Well, I can't imagine the budget was pretty high for, like, a PS1 version of a game when, you know, the next-gen consoles were already out.
Oh yeah, I can't imagine it was that high either. This is very much in the vein of this console has still sold a reasonable amount, therefore we should make sure that we capture that market as well as the burgeoning market, because all the kids are going to want the PS2 and stuff for Christmas, therefore the GameCube said they're going to want that version for Christmas.
Excuse you, Richie, everyone was waiting to get a Dreamcast for Christmas, if I remember correctly.
Well, this is how you know that we live different lives, Vexu.
Man, I sometimes I do wonder about that timeline where Dreamcast took off and PS2 just became this really hot, sexy DVD player, and that was just about it.
Oh, that's cursed. Look, my brain will literally not allow me to think of such a timeline.
Everyone's playing Sonic Adventure 7.
Oh no, I don't think we would have gotten to Sonic Adventure 7 because just because Sega went sort of under just going to purely software. I don't think that would have changed their game development processes, so I think that we still would have ended up in the same Sonic situation. It's just that they would have had a console, or you know, they might have only lasted another generation and then flopped out.
But I'm telling you, it wasn't easy.
I merely present a logical counter that I argue that as the amount of Sega consoles exist, the number of Sonic games is like equivalent to it. So just in any timeline where there would be more Sega consoles, they would be pumping out more Sonic games, and thus you'd end up in a timeline with some Adventure 7 shenanigans.
Oh Jesus, this discussion is turning me to drink. Oh God, I've turned into whatever this thing is.
Are you two alright?
Would you tell your friends to watch this HFC video?
You turned into NTOM64. Two of them.
Okay.
Fine. I'm fine. Go on without me.
Well, if you're sure.
The voice doesn't change when you use a Polyjuice potion, you know. Did they have, like, the script for the movie at this point?
God knows.
Was any of this necessary?
Well, yes, because we do need to figure out whether Malfoy is, in fact, the heir of Slytherin or not. You know, we need to cross him off the list of suspects.
Hermione said that we may have some difficulty moving because Crabbe and Goyle are bigger than us.
This is hilarious. They can't jump over gaps and whatnot, so you have to be careful.
Any gap.
Crabbe and Goyle are, you know, the bad kids, but they don't deserve all this fat phobia. It's like, my goodness, leave them alone. They're just big kids.
Yeah, I mean, this is like proper fat shaming. Just like, haha, the fat kids can't jump. Jeez, game.
I can't jump across gaps. My specialty is like, when I'm at low health, my armor increases. Haha, he fell over.
But damn, it's less just what it is, but it's more just it's the collection of all of these things together that's sort of like, wow, this made it into a publicly released thing to children in a media that's usually like under deep scrutiny for, you know, immoral and, you know, negative things. It's just striking that like this has not been called out.
We're getting a bit wokey here, I think, and I don't often use that word. It's just comedy. It's not hurting anyone. There are turtles farting out fire across the walls and whatnot. Let's just have fun with it, you know?
I mean, what I'm just enjoying, probably more so than anything, is the fact that Goyle or Crabbe or whoever Harry turned into is basically just slipping and sliding everywhere, because that's obviously what happens when you turn into someone slightly bigger than you. Or slightly different than you, however you want to phrase it. You turn into a sort of slippy slidey version and have no traction on the floor.
It's true.
Because, I mean, I can understand if the shoes were terrible, because that can happen, and also obviously if the ground is particularly slippy. But this is like pretty standard stonework, and the shoes probably wouldn't be that different and should have at least some grip on them.
Are we in the fucking mines of Moria right now? Look at the background.
Well, I mean, they needed to have something to do dungeon.
It's the Warner Brothers crossover, Tom. It's all the same universe. All the same universe.
That is very true.
For the dollars. For the dollars.
Look at these assholes just putting beans on a place where I'm in the middle of a literal, like, chase sequence. I don't have time for beans. I must follow the blonde kid.
Like how the blonde kid looks like Jim Carrey in a wig, and the other sprite looks like Bill Murray got stung by a bee.
It's me, essentially.
And why is the music so dramatic? Like, this could have... I don't know. You could have went with even happy music in this situation, but this is all of the music. You are giving me full orchestra.
Dun dun tra la 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 la, chasing guy.
Or like sneaky music, fun time midnight sneaky music would have been suitable as well. But that was giving me like final mission of Metal Gear Solid. That was a lot. I need a nap.
People seem to think that Saint Potter, the Mudblood's friend, is the heir of Slytherin.
Saint Potter, wow.
I could help them.
He's so jelly, just because I get all the pussy at Hogwarts.
You know I haven't, Goyle.
I mean, like, this character could be so much more complicated, but he literally is just an asshole to the main character. And, like, the main character is like, man, he's such an asshole. And it's like, yeah, he is. And then we just go through 6 books of that. 6 books, dude.
Don't get that close to that character model, please. I find it hilarious, but at a distance, okay? It's like admiring a freak show without buying a ticket. So yeah, we've crossed Malfoy off the list of people who could be the heir of Slytherin. Ghost having a shit, cross her off the list as well.
Yeah, the 13-year-old played by a 37-year-old woman.
That's always my favorite casting fact about this whole movie. It's so good.
She tries to molest Harry in the 4th movie, I think?
Yes, because it's when he's trying to do the...
Because everyone loves Harry, alright? Everybody loves Harry.
I'm just stunned, honestly.
Is she gonna give us a card for this?
No, this is just objective survive.
I mean, this is what should happen when someone who should not be in a particular location should suffer. But it's a bit like, Duck, you've literally seen the men here before, so this shouldn't be a surprise.
Look, she's a ghost bound to a bathroom. She has a lot of pent-up angst, okay? Oh, thank God we're back to normal.
Wait, he just like Mario, wait, he just like powered down. That was hilarious.
What a lovely game, I don't think. Here, why don't you have it?
Granted, that segment fit in more than like the Goblin and the Addict into like the segments that should happen in Chamber of Secrets, but wow, the fact that there's just so many dodge and catch the item segments, my goodness.
So we got Tom Ruddle's diary now. This was also just thrown at Harry by Myrtle, I believe. In the books, I mean.
I don't know who this Tom nerd is, but we're about to invade his inner thoughts.
Oh no. Don't go in there.
You might want to give it a moment there, Rod. Like, give it a good solid hour. It needs to air out.
I know when I turned into a furry, I'm gonna need at least a couple of hours.
Harry,
I'm very displeased that you missed my new Defense Against the Dark Arts class.
Oh,
To
thank
be a
God we can
successful
move
wizard,
past
you
that
have to
statement
study
and
with the
go
best.
deal with
Come on to
Gilderoy
my office
Lockhart,
for
who
a
is not a
private
pain
lesson.
in the arse
Professor
at all.
Gilderoy Lockhart.
Can I just point out that when it
No, you
highlighted
cannot.
Defense Against the Dark Arts...
You'll never be able to ask something again without just saying that what you want to say.
Point it out. Do it right now.
So when it said Defense Against the Dark Arts, Defense Against and Dark Arts were in blue, but the was not, and I have no idea why, because the class is Defense Against the Dark Arts.
Because it's shortened to Dada, I guess.
I mean, I think most people probably would, although them. Well, actually, I don't know how would people actually simplify that if they were at Hogwarts, because I know that where I work at the minute, everything turns into an acronym, and I know that sort of generally wherever you go, people shorten things down wherever possible. So when I was at uni, the scientists, because they were studying natural sciences, became the Natskis.
Oh no.
And the mathematicians became the Mathmos. So, how you would do Defense Against the Dark Arts, I don't know unless it was Dada.
I told you earlier it was Dada.
So it has, yeah.
Mathmo just makes me think of like an underground creature just toiling away, solving the bigger questions of life and data.
Well, I mean, that is kind of the stereotypical perception of what a Mathmo is like.
I think it's adorable. I want to knit them all sweaters.
Wattlebird!
That's a word. Thank you.
Yes, yes indeed. It's the only password for the entirety of the game, which is weird because a year is passing in, like, game time and whatnot, so it should have been changed at one point.
You know what this game could use? A game calendar.
Brilliant.
Just give it a whole Persona makeover.
Oh, Jesus. Like, I was trying to think, what is that melody something? Is it Animal Crossing? That has calendars in it.
It does as well. Although, I feel like a Harry Potter and a Harvest Moon vein could also have some sort of success, but no, just, you'd think someone out there would put their genius brains together and give us a Hogwarts in the whole, like, day-to-day progression format that we've all become accustomed to.
Founder of the Society for Distressed Witches.
That feel when you'll never be on a famous Witches and Wizards card because Witches and Wizards aren't real.
Chauncey Aldridge, first known victim.
You say that. Technically, Witches and Wizards do exist. It's just whether their magical abilities are real that is the main question.
Greatest of all.
Bit of Paracelsus in there, hell yeah. Herpo the Foul, I think, was the guy who invented the first Horcrux. I'm not sure about that.
Cauldron. Godric Gryffindor, Hogwarts co-founder.
Well, when did you get the Gryffindor card?
Oh, you get that for clearing all the lessons with the trophies and whatnot.
Oh shit, we already did all the lessons? Good for us.
Yeah, it finishes pretty early. Yeah, Herpo the Foul, first known wizard to create the Basilisk, in addition to the first known Horcrux.
Ooh.
Wait, so the Basilisk itself is also the first Horcrux?
No, those are separate things.
Okay, two separate events. Okay.
The basilisk that we're going to see in here is a basilisk, not the basilisk.
Essentially, yes. And now that we have enough cards, we can take on Ravenclaw's Dueling champion.
Foolish Gryffindor.
Let's go make another child cry.
Yes, that's my favourite part of Hogwartsing.
Just Harry Potter goes to his day-to-day life.
Yeah, just walking past, Expelliarmus to you, Expelliarmus to you.
Flipendo over there!
Wow, this dueling arena is way better than the one at my friend's house.
Welcome, Harry Potter, to the Ravenclaw Dueling Arena.
I've been trapped here for 10 years. Please help me. I can't make it past the 2D Fords.
I hear you're a tough competitor.
If you have any food, could you throw it this way, please?
There is a giant mushroom right next to you that could easily feed you for a week.
Get ready. Duel! Match gets underway with both players closing their stride.
That's the thing about the whole Ravenclaw intelligence thing. They also leave out the part where they're extra cruel, so, you know, They just leave him with the mushrooms that will kill him if he tries to eat them. Next to the ocean of salty water. Go on, have a drink.
Oh, that's awful. You put a guy in a place with, like, a bunch of poisonous, paraphernalia, I guess, and he knows he'll die if he doesn't eat something, but he also knows exactly how poisonous that thing is.
Great stuff.
It's torture is what it is.
There are plenty of sort of, I think, thought experiments like that of what would you do in that situation. And obviously there is no right answer. I think it's just what do you, how do you choose to die is effectively what the the actual question there is.
Maybe he's wondering why someone would Avada Kedavra fall before choosing to throw him out of a plane. If I use the Crucio curse on you, would it hurt? It would be very painful for you.
Whoa.
Just imagine the wizard philosophers. If I flipendo you in the woods, no one's around.
Yeah, also can I just say that his wand turned into wizard crackers?
Yes, not just wizard crackers. Super wizard crackers!
Oh, I've missed those wizard crackers. Why couldn't Malfoy have been that fun in this version? Like, for God's sake, we're missing the wizard crackers.
Because Harry is stealing his joy, his fame, his infamy even.
Yeah, true.
Alas. Alas for the days of Philosopher's Stone, and it being a Christmas film, and there is nothing anyone can say about that, alas.
I shall be interested to see if you can
See,
beat
and now
the
due to the
Slytherin
Harry Potter
Dueling
effect, now
champion
the
as
Ravenclaw
well.
portrait loves him more than all the Ravenclaws combined. He's like, wow, you're the best student now ever. I love you, Harry the Potter.
Jesus, like, I know you're a Horcrux, Harry, but do you also have, like, some kind of parental miasma surrounding you? Everybody loves him.
It feels that way for like the first 3 books, and then then when he actually has to, I think it's like once they introduced like the psycho teachers, like what's the pink one's name?
Umbridge. It got crazy.
Yeah, she was a cod. Bye.